What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Welcome to Shades Tube. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Happy and blessed Thursday, April the 27th, 2023. Y'all, don't forget to thumbs up this video. If you like the video, also subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed, hit the bell notification to be notified of any upcoming videos. And you can share. And if you watch this in the replay, leave a comment. Thank you so much for coming into this live tonight, y'all. So how was your day today? Was it a good day? Did you have a good day at work? Did you make that money? What did you do? You know what I'm saying? Besides working, what did you do today? Y'all, I just got back home not too long ago. Y'all know I got me some, let me show y'all what I'm eating. I'm always eating something, y'all. Let me show y'all. This is a damn shame. That's what I'm eating, y'all. Barbecue. They are so good, y'all. But tonight, y'all, we're going to do breaking news, and then we have the topic, which is 10 ways to stop being poor and to, make that money, make that money work for you and just have a whole different mindset, okay? Let me give people a couple seconds to come in, and then we're going to start off with this live. All right, guys? Let me put this music on real quick, and I'll be right back. All right. Let me get another chip while this music playing, and we're going to get ready to start this live, y'all. First thing first, y'all. We're going to start off with the breaking news, y'all. Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. We're going to turn this all the way down like always. And we're going to get ready to do this breaking news. Let me give me a drink of water. Y'all, get y'all bottled waters too. Or your alcohol, whatever you like to drink, and get your sort of drink, all right? Like me. So this is what I'm drinking. Let me just show y'all. I'm showing everything. So y'all, this is some good water right here. This. Okay, some good water. So y'all need to try this. All right. Nice little bottle. You can refill it up and everything. All right. So anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and do the breaking news. Let me change my glasses. Y'all know that Jerry Springer died today at 79 years old. He had pancreatic cancer. Okay. I don't even think he told anybody really besides his family members. Okay. But yeah, he died today. So my condolences are expressed out to his family, his friends, and the fans. And I am definitely a fan of his. I used to watch that show so much, y'all, because I used to like seeing like the sometimes the fights, and then they would have like the transgender thing on there, and then they would have like racist people. So I used to really love seeing the racist people come on there and stuff, tripping out and stuff. And then I like seeing the girlfriends and stuff who get mad at the boyfriends when they find out that they cheated and stuff. So that used to be a trip to me and stuff. And so, yeah, I'm going to miss watching. I mean, they're going to probably still have it in reruns and stuff like that. But I'm going to miss, seeing Jerry Springer. I never did get a chance to watch his court show, though. But I watched his show, and then I watched Steve. Because, Steve was his bodyguard, right? Hey, redhead by nature. Happy day to you, too. Steve was his bodyguard. Then Steve branched out, and he got a show. So I started watching Steve and Jerry at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And stuff. So yeah, y'all, we're gonna miss Jerry Springer because I like this show. I'm not gonna lie, better than all the other talk shows I used to watch. I really love that show because them guests used to trip me out on there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people was on that show too, y'all. Okay, so let me go ahead and read about him real quick on Newsbreak. Okay, so y'all can know what happened. I think I got that notification like early this morning about Jerry. So let's go ahead and see what it says. And I know everybody know who Jerry is, but just in case you don't, I'm gonna show you the picture of him So y'all can know who Jerry Springer is. That's Jerry. He used to be a mayor back in like 1970 something, I think. And I think he went to law school. I think that's what they said, to be a lawyer or something. Smart guy. Okay, so anyway, Jerry Springer died this morning at 79 years old. Okay, this is from Newsbreak. Before I do this, let me go ahead and read the disclaimer. The copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. That copyright disclaimer is scrolling across the screen as well as included in the description of the video, and it will be in the comment section. All right, so if I play any videos or anything else, that disclaimer covers everything that I do on my channel. And if you make a comment on here regarding certain things, okay? Okay, let's go ahead and go back to this. All right, so it said Jerry Springer, the former Cincinnati mayor and longtime TV host, whose talk show was known for outrageous arguments, thrown chairs, and physical confrontations between couples and homewreckers, has died. A family spokesperson said Thursday morning. Springer was 79 years old, guys. Jerry's ability to connect with people was at the heart of his success in everything he tried, whether that was politics, broadcasting, or just joking with the people on the street who wanted a photo or a word. Okay. Gene Gavin, a lifelong friend and spokesman for the family, said in a statement. Springer once told CNN that he did not mind being referred to as the grandfather of trash TV, saying that in 2010, as the Jerry Springer Show celebrated its 20th anniversary on the air. It's probably accurate. I don't know what the award for that is, but I think it is true that we were probably one of the first shows to present some of the outrageousness we have. That's what Jerry said. The show ended in 2018 after more than 4,000 episodes and countless think pieces about Springer's role in the decline of culture, if not civilization. So Springer has said he had no delusions about his show, with its topics such as trick or cheaters, confront this dominatrix, and lesbians come clean. I think the show is silly, crazy, and has no redeeming social value other than an hour of escape, being able to escape, he said in 2010. There is never anything on our show that hasn't been on the front pages of newspapers in America. The only differences is that the people on my show aren't famous. It's a show about craziness, he added. I know that going in every day. He said he know that going into the show every day. Okay. So in 2000, the show peaked when a German man was accused of killing his ex-wife after they appeared together on Springer's show with the man's new wife. Ralph Penitz was convicted of second-degree murder for beating Nancy Penitz to death. That year, Springer appeared on Larry King Live in his first major interview since the murder. At the time, Springer said the murder had nothing to do with his show. Okay. Before Jerry became a television host, he studied political science at Tulane University and went on to receive a law degree from Northwestern. He served on Cincinnati City Council in 1971 and became the city's mayor in 1977. He served one term. All right. Also in 1982, Springer tried for the Democratic nomination to be the governor of Ohio, but he lost. And then after that, he became a news anchor at WLW TV in Cincinnati, Ohio. All right. This is him right here at the NBC studios in 1992, y'all. Let me show you. This is Jerry right here. Okay. Okay, let's see what else they can say about him. In 1998, let's see what else he did. Okay, so most recently he inked a deal with NBC in 2018 for a new show called Judge Jerry that featured him as a judge in a courtroom. He also hosted a podcast. All right. So Springer's family, in their statement, asked supporters to consider making a charitable donation or doing an act of kindness for someone in need to honor his memory. As he always said, take care of yourself and each other, they wrote. Okay, and that's all according to CNN News, y'all. That's where that article came from. Again, my condolences are expressed to um, Jerry Springer's family and friends and fans, and I hope he rests in peace. And I'm sorry for their loss as well. Let's see what some of these comments said here. And like I said, he did die from pancreatic cancer. I don't even know if he told. I don't know because we didn't hear anything about it. So I knew I saw another article up regarding that, but I did not read that or keep it. But anyway, let me read some of these. I'm just going to read like two of these comments. Let's see. Let's see here. Somebody said he was really a cool guy. I love this show. May he rest in peace. Okay. Let's see what else somebody else said. Um, okay, let me see. Somebody said I was a Jerry fan. He shouldn't be judged because of his show. That was surely a success for him. Before you judge a man, look into his life work and see all the great things he accomplished in his life. The thing about it, people need to realize that damn show was script. Okay, it's just all acting basically. Okay, and that's just on everything. Besides, maybe a couple people may not have been, but yeah, they was reading scripts a lot of times and stuff allegedly. So I don't think, you know, it was just for me. It was just an entertainment. People, you're not forcing no one to get on there or to do anything. So for me, it's just entertainment, just an acting job, honestly, and that's what it is. Okay, so let's go ahead move on to the next story, y'all. Okay, so here we go. Right here's another story. So his friend Steve Wilkos, who I was just saying I usually watch his show. I haven't watched it in a while, but I watch it on YouTube. He said Steve got to start as Jerry Springer's former bodyguard. Okay. And he said on Thursday that he had no idea that the TV legend had terminal pancreatic cancer. Okay, so that's why I said I think he kept it under wraps and then let people in the public and certain friends, I guess, and things like that know. You know, I'm not going to read the whole article, y'all. I'm just letting you know that's what he said. Um, wow, y'all, did y'all know Jada Pickett Smith Red Table Talk was canceled by Meta, which is Facebook? Yeah, they canceled it. Okay. Well, Steve said Jerry did so much for him. The life that he has is all because of Jerry Springer. He said he is shook right now and he is just devastated. Like I said, he said he did not know that Jerry had terminal pancreatic cancer. This is all a shock to him today. All right. So, yeah, that's sad. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the next story, y'all. And if I get any more updates on his death, I'll let you guys know regarding that as well. So today, y'all, a seventh grade a student on the bus had to do something remarkable. I'm going to tell you guys what it is in just 1 second. Okay, this is by CBS News as well. Anyway, a seventh grader brings school bus to a stop after the driver loses consciousness. Okay, a seventh grader in Michigan is being praised for his quick thinking after taking control of a bus after the school bus driver lost consciousness according to a statement from the school district superintendent. The situation unfolded on Wednesday. While students were being transported home from Carter Middle School in Warren, Michigan, about 30 minutes north of Detroit, during the ride, a bus driver became lightheaded and lost consciousness while the bus was traveling on Masonic Boulevard near Burnett Road, according to the superintendent, Robert D. Livernois. A quick thinking seventh grade male student saw the driver in distress and stepped to the front of the bus and helped bring it to a stop without incident. This student has not been identified. The Warren Police and Fire Department responded and tended to the driver, and students were safely loaded onto a different bus. The actions of the student, the actions of the student who helped stop the bus made all the differences today, and I could not be prouder of his efforts, Livernois said. That's good, y'all. Smart kid. Smart kid. And he know how to drive, so what, huh? Look, I don't know if his parent taught him certain things or if he learned it from the little video games driving and stuff. I don't know. But anyway, that is just definitely a good thing, you know? And I'm glad he thought really quick and he was able to stop the bus. Let's see. Here we go. Finally, a story with some inspiration and a hero. Anyone that does a good deed today should be commended. And that's what Mountain Dew said in the comment section. Christy said, I don't know him, but as a parent, I am very proud of him. I know his parents are absolutely proud of him. His parents taught him well and what to do in an emergency situation. Okay, so that's good. That's good. Like I said, congratulations to this little this kid. Smart thinking. Quick thinking and very smart and know how to, clearly stop a bus. That's good because some grown people probably would have panicked. You just never know. So that's very good. And I hope the bus driver is okay as well. My prayers are extended out to him. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next story, y'all. We got to keep this moving down. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to this one. Okay, so y'all, they have another food we call. So let's go over this. It's some turkey, I believe. 1 second, I'm waiting till it come up. Okay, so GH Foods California LLC issues the allergy alert for undeclared sesame and turkey and Harviti sandwich. Okay, so this is what it looks like, so you guys can know it has some type of allergen in it. So if you are allergic to the products that I'm going to tell you about, do not eat this. So here are the foods right here. Okay, it's just turkey and Harviti sandwich. Okay. Anyway, it says April the 26th, 2023, Riverside, California. GH Foods California LLC is voluntarily recalling 8.55 ounces packages of turkey in Harviti sandwiches due to undeclared sesame in the bread. People who are allergic to sesame run the risk of serious or life-threatening allergic reaction if they consume this product. The recall product was shipped to RAF stores in California from January the 1st, 2023 to April 24th, 2023. The recalled turkey and Harviti sandwiches are packaged in 8.55 ounces clear plastic clamshells with the UPC 82676155842 and marked with sell by dates on the front of the packet. A sell by dates up to and including 4/29/23 are included in this recall. No other products or lots are affected by this recall. Okay. They have no reports of illnesses or injuries, okay, to this date. So if you have any questions, they said you can call them at 888-449-9386. Again, that's 888-449-9386. And that's Monday through Friday between 8 to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Or you can take the meat back to the store to get a full refund. All right. All right. That's your recall for today, y'all. Let's see. Okay, let's get off this real quick. So they got a new studies, y'all, that show French fries could be linked to two illnesses. So we're gonna look at that real quick. Let me get a little water real quick. My voice always be sounding crazy. Okay, y'all, let's see. So a Chinese research team, y'all, said that French fries could have detrimental mental health issues, I guess. Okay, let's go and read this. It can affect on mental health. Okay. They said that frequent consumption of fried foods, especially fried potatoes, was linked to a 12% higher risk of anxiety and a 7% higher risk of depression than people who didn't eat fried foods. And that's according to CNN. Okay. The link was seen more in young men and young consumers. Fried foods have previously been linked to other health issues like obesity and high blood pressure. Okay, so let's see what they're saying here. Experts who study nutrition said the results are preliminary and it's not clear whether fried foods have led to mental health issues or if people experiencing the symptoms turn to fried foods for comfort snacking. Okay, so so they're still looking at this, y'all. I just want to let you guys know that's what they came up with. Of course, they go into more details, but you guys can go out to, let's see, Rolling Out article online. Yes, you can type in rollingout.com and then you can type in, it should come back up, but if it doesn't, you can probably, if they have a search bar, you can just type in new study shows French fries may be linked to two illnesses. And then you should be able to see the entire article that goes more into detail and tell you how many people that was in the case study and how they came to that conclusion. Okay. But they're still doing more research. This is what they think. All right. So, yeah. So, allegedly, they're saying that eating a lot of French fries, fried French fries, could contribute to anxiety and depression, allegedly. All right. Amongst other things. Okay. All right. So, let's go to the next story, y'all. So, y'all, some good news for Will Smith. Okay, so Will Smith received, I'm waiting on this little thing to come up, y'all, T-Mobile Network. Okay, he has been announced as the new ambassador for Insta360. What is Insta360? Okay, so he was let's see what they're saying. We're not gonna read the whole bio of him. Hold on, y'all. So yeah, he is now a global ambassador for Insta360. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Let me see if he said anything for it. No, that's just him acting silly. Well, anyway, they said the actor seemed to be thrilled with the partnership as he asks, "How do I look in 360?" Okay, so that's good. So he marked day one of himself as the global ambassador with a bicycle video. Okay, so that's cute. Okay, well, anyway, congratulations to that. Okay, congratulations for that to Will Smith. All right, let's go to the next story, y'all. So let me show you about this tiger. This is the last story, I think, well, no, I'm going to read one more, then that will be the last news article for tonight. Anyway, y'all, let me go ahead and tell y'all about this one right here. This is a trip. Okay, let's see. Closed and stopped in the washer. Okay, anyway, y'all, a tiger appeared to charge at a group of travelers on a wildlife safari in Jim Corbett Tiger Reserve in northern Uttarakhand state recently, the local media reported on Thursday. A video of the incident captured by a guest on the safari was shared by Sustaina Nanda, an Indian Forest Service official, on Twitter. In the video that many call harrowing, the tiger can be seen attempting to charge at the jeep as the safari guide tries to shout and scare it away. Okay, so let's go ahead and watch this real quick, y'all. Let's see what's going on here. Watch that. I bet you they over exaggerated with this. Let me turn that music down so we can see this and so we can see if this is really how it actually played out. Because you know how they do in these news articles, they be exaggerating. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. So remember, a commercial may come on first. Wait. Oh shit, he did come at the damn thing. He wasn't lying. Damn, that thing is big. Oh man. Is he still running? Did he come back out again? Oh shit. He would have tore them up, y'all. I'm sorry. Yeah, he would have tore their asses up, and that's on everything. Y'all. See, they be brave on them safari things in those little cars and stuff. I always wondered what if one of those animals started doing the most. Dang. So let's see. What else did they do? Wait, let me turn that off. This thing is still on. Look at this damn thing running behind a hippopotamus. No, let me show y'all this real quick. This is tripped out, y'all. Wait. Let me see if I can show this too. Wait, let me show y'all this. God, let me show y'all this real quick. Look at this. When they take the writing off. Rhinoceros. Look, I didn't even know they can run that fast. Look how fast this thing is running, y'all. Yeah, that thing looks scary. He is almost outrunning the car. That's crazy. I'm sorry. I wouldn't be out there. Wait a minute. This one right here leaked that. Is this the same thing that leaked at the tourists? Let me see. Let's see this one right here too. This is crazy, y'all. I don't know why they be going out there looking at these animals. I think this is the same one we just saw. Let's see. Yeah, that's the same one we just saw. They pretty though. Look at them. So beautiful. They will tear you up. Look at them. People gonna get enough of going out here in these safari parks and shit with these animals. They're gonna tear their ass up one day. Yeah, that's a trip, y'all. And that rhinoceros too was running like what? He is a pretty animal. Somebody said, leave them alone. Let them live their lives. Somebody said, if you're scared, say you're scared. Somebody said, Kitty is probably tired of all these people. Probably so. If he would have got a hold to him, man, they would have saw, huh? That's crazy. Let's go ahead and go to the last story for tonight, y'all, because it's already 8:10, okay? That was a trip. Imagine you in that car and that damn tiger come running like that. Imagine that in your mind. Just picture that in your mind. That's a trip. Okay, y'all, this California lawyer, let me see what she said here. I forgot what she was saying because I saw this earlier. Because y'all know I read over all my stories before I actually do them, but I don't remember everything. So anyway, she said that You should never leave anything to your kids when you die. She said it would lead to serious financial woes. Here's why and what you should do instead. So let me tell you real quick. She said, if you love your kids, don't leave them anything when you die. Okay. Instead, you can save your loved ones from serious financial and legal woes by creating a living trust and making them beneficiaries. Oh, man, says Brittany Cohen, an estate planning and asset protection lawyer. Can't keep shit. The attorney who raises awareness about money management, wills, and trust on TikTok recently went viral for her video, 6 Things as a Money Protection Attorney I Would Never Do. She also shares the one thing you should do to protect your family and set them up for success when you are gone. Okay. She said, I would never leave anything to my kids when I die. Instead, the attorney says she would put everything, including her life insurance accounts and her bank accounts, in a living trust or a how do you say this? Or either a revocable living trust. I might have said that wrong, so let me spell it. It's REVOCABLE, living trust. And she would name her kids as the beneficiaries of that trust. A living trust allows you to manage your assets in your own name for as long as you are able. The other one, revocable, if I said that correct, means the trust can be undone or changed. You would have to name a successor trustee, which can be a family member, a friend, or a private fiduciary, or even a bank, who can take over managing your assets in case of reduced mental faculties or death. She said one of the most common misconceptions is that you need to have a lot of money to set up a trust, but that is simply not true. Trusts are for the middle class too. Okay. She explains why in her TikTok video. She said putting a trust together generally is for the benefit of somebody else. The question you need to ask yourself is what experience do I want the people who I love to have to go through in order to become owners of access assets I want to transfer to them? She also says she would never add her children's names to the deed of her primary residence as a way to avoid probate court. Wow. She explains why in a different video. If you add your child's name to your property at some point during your life, the first thing that may happen is a property tax reassessment. If your property has appreciated, now your property will get reassessed at that date and you may need to pay more property taxes. Also, when you die and your child wants to eventually sell your home, they lose the option of a step up in basis, where the value of the property is adjusted from its initial cost basis to its current market value upon your death. You would have cost them to pay more in capital gain taxes than they would have needed to if they would have inherited that property at your death. She also asked that she would never add her children's names to her home to get around her Medicaid recovery. When a Medicaid beneficiary dies, the value of their estate, including property, savings, or retirement accounts, can be used to pay any debts before transferring the remaining assets to other family members. Okay. To avoid any mess, she says she would put her home in a Medicaid asset protection trust, which is designed to protect assets from being counted for Medicaid eligibility, and name her kids as the beneficiaries of that trust. All right. She said avoid probate court at all costs. Okay. Probate court is the process where you file a lawsuit against yourself with your own money for the benefit of your creditors. Okay. Instead, she says she would set up a living trust which avoids the probate court. So her family or your family doesn't have to spend unnecessary time, energy, and money going to court to own the assets that you want them to inherit. Okay. She said, if you don't care about the experiences your loved ones go through after your death, then maybe a trust isn't for you. Okay. It's whether you want them to have to go to court or you want it all to be laid out very easy for them to take ownership. Even with the best intentions, figuring this out on your own can be tricky. You can get advice from an estate lawyer or a financial planner who can protect your assets and help you set up your loved ones for success. All right. Then she talked about your retirement. So let me tell you about that real quick, and then we're going to move on to our topic. All right. Wait a minute, hold on, y'all, because I'm doing 50,000 things at one time. Hold on. God, it's hot. Okay. Um, it says, is your retirement saving on track? Okay. Well, actually, this is not from her. This is another article. So anyway, I just told you what she said. All right. So basically, like she said, if you love your kids, don't leave them anything. Don't leave anything to them when you die. Instead, you can save your loved ones from serious financial and legal woes by creating a living trust and making them beneficiaries. Okay. And this is according to Brittany Cohen, who is in estate planning and asset protection lawyer. All right. All right. All right, guys. I have to get y'all that real quick. Whew. That's some good advice right there. All right, guys. So that's it with news break. News break. We're gonna go into our topic for tonight for a little bit, and then that's going to be the end of this live. All right. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay, guys. Let me give me a drink of water again. So we're gonna go through the top 10 ways to stop being poor. Okay. Which I'm sure everybody would like to stop being poor and living in poverty and struggling and just going through a lot of stress, because they don't have the money that they need to take care of bills, to put in a savings, to take a trip, to just do whatever they need to do, buy a house or whatever they need to do, and just live comfortably and retire, comfortably and all that stuff too. All right. Anyway, this article is coming from Financial Wellness. All right. So if you guys seen, if you guys knew how to stop being poor, if we all knew how to stop being poor, we would not be poor, right? But y'all know it's not that simple, okay? Breaking the poverty cycle takes a lot of time. It takes effort and a lot of willpower. With the proper steps, you can break the poverty cycle and start living your best life. However, it starts with learning why you are poor. Okay. In this article, in this live tonight, we're going to discuss the actionable ways we can learn how to stop being poor and turn set you on the path to financial wellness. And one thing I need to do is turn this damn thing down. Wait. Okay. Before we talk about how to get out of poverty, before I go through the 10 steps, let's take a closer look at some of the reasons that could be the cause of being in poverty. All right. Number one, you come from a disadvantaged background. This refers to people born into wealth. Wait, sorry, y'all. You likely heard the phrase born with a silver spoon, right? This refers to people born into wealth or born with everything financially that they need. Now, we know that everybody is not as fortunate as some of these people who are born into wealth. So, therefore, some people are born into a life of being in poverty or just being straight up poor or struggling, okay, point blank. A lot of people are born into low income families or families who lack generational wealth, okay? Um, if these habits continue within you, in your family, you could suffer from poverty or continue to stay in poverty if you don't try to do something to break that cycle. All right. The next one is you have experienced unfortunate tragedy. Um, Hold on for a second, y'all. These kids always be so loud. As I was saying, you have experienced unfortunate tragedy. Life is unpredictable and happens at the worst possible time. Medical emergencies, accidents, house fires, criminal disasters can leave a family destitute. No matter how much you prepare for the worst, life has a funny way of working out sometimes. Okay? Medical expenses sometimes cause us financial issues. Sometimes people even have to file bankruptcy. Hey Adam Fears, how you doing? Thank you for coming in. Um, if your house get destroyed in a storm or some type of severe accident, this can play a role in your finances. Okay, there's just so many things that can happen that can put you into poverty or struggling situations. All right. The next one is perhaps you have made poor financial decisions. Okay. Sometimes to find the reason we are poor, we need to look at ourselves in the mirror because some people make a lot of poor financial decisions. And those poor financial decisions can have a ripple effect on your wealth. Okay, for example, if you get in the habit of using credit cards and living outside your means, it can quickly lead to poverty when you can't afford your bills and the minimum payment on your credit cards. And I can tell you something about that anyway. Just say even if you can afford these credit cards or whatever the case is, if something happened, like say the person loses their job or the income goes down at the job or anything happen, these type of things too can have a ripple effect and make you start missing credit card payments and things like that. So that's why I honestly believe we should keep our credit cards at a minimum, and that's on everything. You know what I'm saying? Just because you can get 10 credit cards, I don't think you should basically get 10 credit cards because you never know what may happen. You know, you just never know what may happen. Then you're stuck with trying to pay all these things, and then if you don't pay them on time and stuff, once they're 30 days late, they start putting that on your credit report, and then your credit score starts going down. And then some cards also put late fees there. You know what I'm saying? So it's getting you more in depth. And just if you're close to your limit, okay, then once they put the late fees there, it goes over the limit, then they charge you an over limit fee. So why get all these credit cards? So if you do make poor financial decisions, it's time to now focus on what you need to do to correct those mistakes. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to give you guys 10 steps for breaking the cycle of poverty, from just stop being poor and trying to live a little bit better, try to be more financially responsible and things like that. And I am even listening to this as well. All right. So let me do this right. In order to escape the vicious cycle of poverty, you need to start by recognizing where you are at. Okay. When you can admit that you are suffering from poverty and need help, you will be ready to take these 10 steps to stop being poor. Point blank. All right. Number one, focus on what you can control. Suffering from poverty feels overwhelming, but don't let it, y'all. Okay. Take control of how you feel and how you think about money. Rather than looking at the big picture and thinking, I can never get out of this, look at the little things that you can control. For example, you can't control when you fall ill, but you can control what you spend your money on outside of necessities. Okay. When you are learning how to get out of poverty, you must focus on the controllable things in your life. As you focus on them, you will feel more sure of yourself and ready to take the more significant steps, the steps that will get you out of poverty. All right. And as far as this article saying that you can't control getting ill, that is true. However, I actually believe that you can prepare for it though. All right. Especially if you work a regular job. Okay. You can get short-term disability, long-term disability. You can save up money for in case you get ill in different accounts. Because anybody would tell you when you save money, you don't just save money in one account. You have an emergency account, you got an entertainment, fund like vacation or whatever, entertainment account. You got a vacation account. Okay. You should have another account where you save at least a couple months of mortgage payments or rental payments in case something happened. All right. That's what you need to do. And what else did I miss here? And just have a straight up budget, point blank. And I actually believe if you become sick or something, you have short-term disability, even short-term, if you don't have the long-term one. And if you have that, when you become sick, you can collect off of that. And if you are self-employed, you can still buy a policy like that. And you may not can afford the long-term disability policy, so you can get a short-term disability policy that will pay you at least for a couple of weeks. It's more than a couple of weeks. I'm just saying a couple of weeks. I forgot how many weeks it is because I just called what's the name of those people? I can't even remember their name. I can't remember their name. But I called them and asked about a disability policy. So you can do the short term, which will cover some weeks. Okay. And it gives you a certain amount of money each week, based on, I guess, whatever you made or whatever the case is. But I think it's good to have those type of things around. Okay. Because you'll say that you can't afford these things, but once you start looking at your budget and making cutbacks on eating out, buying coffee, buying cigarettes, candy, in my case, candy, ice cream, stuff like that, you will have that extra money to afford a disability short-term policy in case you get sick. So therefore, at least you have some money coming in. And if you have some type of savings too, okay, that would be a backup. But let's keep it real. A lot of people can't have all these savings accounts. Okay, let's keep it real. All right. So for me, I think I would start off with just getting at least 1 month of a mortgage payment set aside. Okay. And then just build from there. All right. That's the smart way to do it when you're just dealing with regular money and you're not rich or wealthy, which is rich, things like that. And I would basically have a savings account, and I would also have like a vacation account in case I want to take a vacation or something. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I would probably start off with, and maybe some what do you call that other cash? I can't remember what you call it. It's when you just put out money. I'm trying to think. Just like spare money, you would put it on the side, and you can use that for whatever. And then just keeping everything on a budget and writing down your bills every month. Usually I write down all my bills for the entire month, right? And write down when they are due, how much they are, and things like that. You can do that too and keep track of it. And then when you get paid, you write that down before you get paid, and you write down what you need to pay that week or that bi-weekly or whenever you pay, or that, or for the month or whatever. Depends on how much you make. And then you can do it like that. And just try to keep your utilities at a affordable amount. You know what I'm saying? You may have to turn your thermostat up, your air conditioner. You may have to turn that up to like what, 76 if you can stand that. You know what I'm saying? And in the winter, you may have to turn your heat to what, 70, somewhere around that, to keep those costs down. And then if you have cable or something, you may have to decrease that down like I did with the mines. I actually turned my cable off. I kept expanded basic cable. Okay, that just gives me local channels and things like that. And those other little channels like what is it called? USA, stuff like that, I think. And Lifetime and stuff like that. But with these new TVs, like my other TVs, they have a built-in package where they give you TV free. Okay. So I don't even need cable on those TVs. Okay. So if you have a TV like that, you don't need it either, because like on my TV in the living room, it has Paramount Plus on it for free. So they get shows and stuff on there. Now, mind you, I still do have the basic expanded cable for my room, but they don't even watch it. Okay. And you can keep that, like I said, on a budget. And with your electric and gas, you can keep that on a budget. With your cell phone, you can keep that on a budget as well. Determine how much you want to pay and don't go over that. Groceries, it depends on how many people are in your family. You can keep that on a budget too. If you right now you want to spend $200 a week on groceries, then you need to stay at that. That's why you write down a grocery list, right? And if you go to the store like I do all the time, you almost know the prices of everything. So therefore you can make the list and you can actually add it up and calculate it. You know what I'm saying? And go by that list when you go to the grocery store. Don't go pick up other stuff, because then you're going to go over the budget, especially with the food being higher now. So there's a lot of stuff we can do in order to be prepared for certain situations and stuff like that. Okay, point blank. Okay, let's see. So they say when you are learning how to get out of poverty, you must focus on the things that you can control. Okay, as you focus on them, you will feel more sure of yourself and ready to take the more significant steps that will help you to leave that life of poverty and struggling. All right. Number 2, stop comparing yourself to others as a key step to stop being poor. When it comes to how to stop being poor, stop looking at your neighbors, y'all. Stop looking at your friends or even your siblings and feeling jealous over what they have. Don't let belongings define your worth. Okay. In other words, don't let materialistic things define your worth. Okay. So what if your neighbor drives a Mercedes Benz and you drive a Toyota? Will they like you better if you drive a fancier car? If so, they are not your true friends. And always keep this in mind too. When you see some of these people, not all, but when you see some of these people driving these cars, all you need to think about is this: how much they are paying for their damn car insurance, their damn car note, their damn registration every year or every 2 years or whatever the case is, the upkeep in the car, and just so many things. Okay, point blank. The only time you come ahead when you have fancy cars is when your butt can go in there and pay cash and come out and that car is yours, and you have that pink ticket or whatever color it is to say you own that car, because then you don't have to worry about car payments. All right, all you got to pay then is your insurance, and that's it, and of course your registration. But yeah, we don't need to be jealous about people with these fancier cars. Who cares? Okay, certainly if you're grown, you certainly shouldn't be. Okay, because a car does not, for a lot of people, the car really doesn't determine their true wealth. Okay, because a lot of people go out and buy these fancy cars and living in houses that I could never live in, living in neighborhoods I could never live in, and be struggling and barely can pay their car notes. My daughter works at a company where when you get behind in your car note, she is the one who called you to let you know that you are severely behind in your car note. And if you don't pay it, they're going to come and pick it up. She talks to a lot of people, y'all, with these fancy cars, regular cars too, though. So make sure you get something that you can afford. Don't worry about what other people got. Okay. That's the surest way to get broke. Okay. So let's see what they're saying here. They say focus on what you think versus what other people think about you. If your friends and family all buy brand name items, but you are perfectly comfortable with the less expensive generic items, you do what you need to do. Okay? Point blank. Don't worry about what other people do. Okay? Don't try to keep up with what other people do because you don't know their financial circumstances. Sure, they may look like they can afford the expensive clothing or fancy dinners, but how do you know they aren't racking up credit card debt that they can't afford? And I'm going to tell you straight up, a lot of people do that all the daggone time. So focus on you and only you. If others like you, great. If they snub you because you don't spend like they do, or have the same belongings, they do not belong in your life. And something is wrong with them too. Okay, point blank. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know why people do that anyway. See, me, I have always thought, yeah, I want certain things, but I also want a good family, good kids. I want to be healthy, attractive, sweet personality. A lot of things that I look at first. Okay. Yes, it's nice to have a nice car if you can afford it, okay, for real, or if you can buy it out, straight out in cash. That's even better for me, okay? So don't focus so much on what other people got and start comparing them to yourself, okay? Because everything that people have is what they truly might want to get, or they got it some other type of way, or they may be living beyond their means, or they could simply could be able to afford it. Okay, so just stay within your affordability and do the things that make you happy. Don't worry about what other people are doing and what they got. Point blank. Take care of you and do things that make you happy. All right. Number 3, put yourself in the company of others who make smart financial decisions. I agree with this one 100%, y'all. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Does that scare you? Think about the people you spend the most time with. Do they make intelligent financial decisions or do they spend recklessly? Chances are, whatever they do, you will do it too subconsciously. You may say you want to learn how to stop being poor, but when you are with your group, your actions will say otherwise. Instead, surround yourself with people who have the same ideas as you. When you are with people making smart financial decisions, subconsciously, you will too. When you inherently make wise financial decisions, you will break the poverty cycle without feeling overwhelmed. Okay, it will happen naturally. I honestly believe this for sure. You got to surround yourself with people that are similar to you, that are trying to do the things that they need to do to live comfortably, to not be in poverty, and accept being poor, point blank. I was telling one of my friends, he was telling me that he was poor and stuff, and I was telling him, you accept this, okay? If you did not think like you think, and you try more, and you sit down and think about ways that you can change your life, you would probably make better financial decisions and make better decisions, period, that could make your overall life more rewarding. No, you can't do crazy magical stuff. No, but you know what I'm saying? If you are poor in poverty, you take little steps to get up out of that, by doing certain things. You don't stay stagnant and just accept that because everybody else around you is in poverty. You can take baby steps and do little bitty things, okay, and gradually increase that. You know what I'm saying? And it'll change a lot of things. Number 4, establish a plan. Establish a plan for how to stop being poor by figuring out where you stand. I'm sorry. To learn how to stop being poor, you must know where you stand, y'all. This step isn't easy because you got to be honest with yourself. You must look at your bank accounts and compare them to your liabilities and see where you stack up. All right, point blank. Once you are once you are aware of these things, you can plan better and moving forward. If you don't have a budget yet, create it now. Use an app, a pen and paper, or you can use Excel spreadsheet to track your cash inflow and outflow and see where you should make changes. The thing about it is, usually if you have a bank account, at least with my bank account, it shows you this automatically. Okay, every month it shows me. I think it does every week or month. I can't remember, but I see it all the damn time. It shows you how much you bring in. I think it's monthly for the month, how much you spend. Okay, if you are spending the same amount that you bring in, something is wrong there. Okay, you need to start examining your financial portfolio, right, to determine the things that you need to cut back on, reduce, or eliminate. Okay, because what you spend should be way less than what you make. Okay, now it's good. The bank does it right, but the bank is only counting the money that comes into that bank account. If you want a true picture of it, unless you got all your money coming to the bank, you can actually sit down with a pen and a piece of paper, or either you can do it on a spreadsheet and you can write down all of your cash that comes in, and then write down everything that you pay out. List all your bills. List everything that you spend money on. That's entertainment, cigarettes, weed, alcohol, candy, just whatever. Write it all down so you can see what you spend and what you can cut back on or just eliminate. Even when you go shopping, you need to put all that there and everything, and also have a budget. Once you write down how much you make per week or every 2 weeks or a month or however you want to do it, then you write down the goals. You know what I'm saying? How much you would like to spend on everything. Like, for example, if you know you only make $500 a week, okay, I'm just giving you guys an example. You know you only make $500 a week, right? There is no reason why you should be spending $200 on entertainment. Okay, point blank. If I paid $500 a week, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, $2,000 a month, right? So I basically would put down probably $200 per month for entertainment, or $250. No, that's not a lot, but you really can't afford to do crazy things. Maybe once every year or once every 6 months, you can save to do something really, really, really nice. You see what I'm saying? So you have to do budgets. You have to write down things first. You got to write down how much money you receive, how much you pay out. You got to list everything. Okay. And then it depends on how you do your budget. According to how you get paid. I get paid every week. So every week, I actually do an overall monthly budget. Okay. But every week, I also do a budget because I know what I want to pay each week. And then if you have like weekly bills, you may want to try to eliminate the weekly bills. I know sometimes you can't, because it depends on how much you make. So if you can't, you just can't. You just have to, like I said, cut back on things that you can, like on utility bills, cable, cell phone, entertainment, clothing, and things like that. Just things that you can really cut back down. You can cut down on. Okay. They're covering that just right here. They said, are you spending more than you make? Is it too hard to pay all of your bills each month? Categorize your spending. Figure out where you should cut back and take it one step at a time. That's exactly what I just told you guys. You got to write down a budget. You got to write down how much cash you have coming into your home each day, I go on week, month, or however you do it. And then you have to write down how much you spend and what all you pay. You cannot do a budget if you don't do these things. Simple as that. That's why so many people overspend. Believe it or not, I do these shopping hauls, but I always have a budget, how much I want to spend. Okay, I don't buy anything that I can't use. I can't be like other YouTubers who go out here just buying all this crap, hoarding it up in your home. Yes, I buy extra stuff, but I'm not going to do all that because you're spending too much. And also, some of these other YouTubers, though, they are monetized and they're making some really good money. I'm not monetized. I'm not getting no super chats, no cash apps or anything. So therefore, I definitely have to make sure that I do everything on a budget and stick to that budget. Hey, Via Adams, thank you for coming in. So that's what you guys need to do. Okay. There is no reason to spend more than you make each month. You shouldn't even come even like that. Okay. And I must admit that on my bank account, it always say that I make the same amount that I spend. However, remember this, in my bank, all my money doesn't come to that bank account. So I get money from different sources. Okay. So it comes different ways. But still, I want to get that bank account spending thing down because it shouldn't still say I bring in the same amount that I spend, because when you look at the bank thing, it looks like I'm not saving any money. And if anything happened, I'll be struggling. So you don't want to spend the same amount that you bring in. You want to keep it down. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to spend 100% and make 100%. You're going to spend, I say 50% if you can. You know what I'm saying? And keep the other 50%. You know what I'm saying? For savings and things like that. Your car breakdown and things like that. And see, these are the reasons why you need certain credit cards. I mean, I say about 4 or 5 credit cards, okay? If you are middle income, and certainly if you're poor, you probably don't even need 5. But if you do have 5, you got one that you use for emergency situations with your car, okay? Like, for example, when my car was hit by a hit and run old ass lady who kept on going, that left me with paying the $500 deductible. Okay, so say if you got a credit card and the limit is pretty good, even if it's $500, you should never charge up your credit card all the way up either. You should always keep it under. Okay, if you got $500 credit limit, I think they say keep it at let me think. Shouldn't be half. Now I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I put mine as a half. It should really be, if you have a $500 credit limit, you should only be charged like $100 and some dollars. Can you believe that? Then pay that every month. Okay, so you can build up your credit, and then you go ahead and use it again, and you keep on doing that, and then you raise your credit. That's how I go. Plus, your credit score will go up. Your utilization will be down. All right, point blank. 10%. Thank you. You got 10. You got 10 credit cards. I do too, but I'm cutting some of mine down. It's too many. So if you have these credit cards, you can use one for car emergencies. Okay, so don't use it for anything else. And I'm not talking about no daggone gas, because that should be in your weekly budget, your gas. Okay, so you use one for your car emergencies that's not covered, especially if you don't have a brand new car, whatever, you definitely need that. Okay, then you keep one credit card that you want to use for if emergency situation happened in your house or whatever the case is, you can use it for that. Then the other one, you can use it for shopping or whatever the case is. But when you do that, you don't just keep on charging on your credit card. You only use a certain amount, 10%, like Bill said. And then you pay that off each month. I wouldn't suggest you pay that off. Some people do pay it off at the end of the month before the interest rate go in. But if you're trying to build up credit, you got to show a payment record, okay? Especially if you're trying to establish a credit, you have to show a payment record, showing that you pay your bills on time. You pay a little bit more than the monthly amount. So if you have a payment amount for $30, you may want to pay 40 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. And that's what you do. You don't never charge up your card. Okay. But if you did charge up your card, okay, and you can afford to pay that card back down before that cycle renews, I forgot what they call that. That's cool if you can pay that down before that time, because you definitely need to pay that down to under the required amount, because if you don't, it's going to bring your utilization score down, and your utilization is going to go up, and your credit score is going to go down. You see what I'm saying? So you only can use a certain amount of your credit card, but if you do use over that amount that you use over, you need to pay that off, okay, before the interest rate kick in and all that other stuff. That's the way you do with those credit cards. Y'all, I be knowing about these credit cards. Now, what we need to do is we actually need to do these things. Okay. We can know all we need to know, but if we don't do these things, it really don't serve a purpose. Point blank. All right. Okay. So, In this article, they said, give yourself a grace during this period. They're talking about when you're sitting down, um, writing a budget, writing down all your bills, writing how much cash you get in, how much cash you're taking out. Give yourself a grace during this period while you're doing this budget, because you will make mistakes, and that's okay. Learn from them and pick up these pieces and move forward. In other words, if you make a daggone budget, okay, and you don't stick by it, sometimes you make a mistake. You don't just keep on making mistakes, okay? You pick up the pieces and you try again the next time. It's like me with my candy. I may make a mistake, not really a mistake, but it is a mistake, and eat chocolate. I don't just continue on eating damn chocolate the next day. You stop eating the chocolate and you start back over again with your little diet of no chocolate candy. The same thing you do when you're doing your budget. If you make a mistake and you overspend, or you go out and buy something that's not in this budget, oh shit, or you do something like that, you don't just stop and get mad and decide not to do it anymore. You keep on going and just learn from that mistake you just made, and just keep on going. Yeah, I hate when this damn thing goes out like this. Let me see where was I at. Hold on for 1 second, because this thing went out on my phone. T-Mobile, man. When I get rid of them, I'm going to definitely have some money, because that damn T-Mobile phone bill is ridiculous. Okay? Okay, let's see. Here we go right here. I got to figure out where I was at, because these damn phones. What was I on, guys? Let me see. Okay, I was off of this one. I was off of that. Okay, so yeah, we was on this one right here. Finding out where we stand financially. Okay, so yeah, you can stop living paycheck to paycheck and start saving money. All right, point blank. Don't ever spend the same amount that you bring in each month or each week or whatever you want to, however you do your budget. Make sure you keep it under. That is the only way you're going to break the cycle of being in poverty or struggling. Okay, who wants to struggle? There is no happiness in struggling, and I should know. All right, there's no happiness in that. Number 5, set goals to move forward. Yeah, it is hard. Um, Set goals to move forward financially, y'all. You can't get out of poverty unless you have goals. Okay, goals. You know what? You can't get out of anything for real, unless you have goals. If you want to lose weight, you have to have goals. You got to know what weight you're trying to get down to. And then you have to figure out what you need to do in order to keep that there and to get there. Point blank. Same thing with money. Just, hey, Ryan, thank you for coming in. I know that's right. You must show that you want to change your situation, okay? If you haven't already, make your goal visual. Just don't think about them in your mind. Write them down on a piece of paper, sticky notes. Put them on your bathroom mirror, on your refrigerator, in your bedroom, wherever you need to, on your phone, okay? Put them where you go at all the time, in your home or your apartment. Put it in your phone, because most people look at their phone all the damn time, all day. And if you are creative, y'all, create a vision board and put it somewhere prominent in your home. What will you do when you are sorry, y'all? What will you do when you are out of poverty? What goals do you have? Do you want to buy a house, a new car, or find a dream job? Get as specific as possible with your goals to motivate you to do the hard work to break the vicious cycle of poverty. All right, point blank. Make those goals, set those rewards, and it'll make you strive more harder. That's why I actually believe in hanging with people that actually got it going on financially, because when you see them doing good, it encourages you to do good. You know what, y'all? A lot of times I go look at really expensive homes. I'm not gonna lie, I really do. I'm talking about like $1 million homes and things like that. I've been in like $5 million homes and stuff. And you know why I do that? Because it motivates me to keep on doing what I need to do. Just like when I used to drive for Lyft, I used to talk to a lot of older people. I talked to some that were struggling and they were old. I talked to some that were doing okay. I talked to maybe 2 or 3 people who were like older, and they were doing absolutely fucking great. And I told all 3 of them, this is the way I want to be. I met this lady, y'all, and she was only 60 years old. This lady told me her house is paid off. She has a very nice car. She got money in the bank. This lady got it going on. Her husband divorced her. And she said instead of her being at home crying and shit like that over it, she sat down and thought about what she needed to do, and she did it. And look where she was at today. I told her I wanted to be exactly like she is financially, and I meant it. Then I met this other guy. I didn't meet his wife, but I met him. They were like probably 60 something too. They told me that their house was paid off. They got another house in Florida. They just paid for in cash. They're moving there to retire. Their kids are all gone in college or whatever. I can't remember. They got a nice retirement package and everything. They're healthy. Just all types of positive shit. Okay, he had a boat, a nice car. She has a car. Just got it going on, and money in the bank. Okay, because we talked a long time. That's the way I want to be. Nobody wants to be damn struggling. Okay. I've seen so many older people struggling. And let me tell y'all something. If you have to live in a retirement community, even if you do, and say, those retirement apartments and stuff goes by your income. Say if you did have to live in those when you get older, if you have a nice place, okay, you have some money in the bank, you're healthy or semi-healthy, you are alert, you are happy within and on the outside, you're taking care of yourself, you're doing stuff, you stay energetic, you are youthful inside, even if you don't look youthful on the outside. You still got it going on to me, okay, point blank. And I met some like that. No, they were not rich, but they weren't stuck in that poverty, okay? And that's on everything. Because when they were younger, they did what they needed to do to prepare for when they got older. When you are stuck, a lot of times you can't do certain things when you're older, like when you start getting 70 and things like that. So it's time now to break that cycle. So when you do get 60 and 50 and 60 and 70, you will live way better than some people, point blank. Number 6, y'all, start a side hustle to increase your income. If your 9 to 5 income isn't enough, but a part-time job seems exhausting, consider a side hustle. Anyone can start a side hustle from home. You can even work several of them since you are in charge of when you work on them. Side hustles can be freelance writing, taking surveys, graphic design, or driving for Uber. And don't do no fucking Uber where you're driving people around though, okay? Or Lyft, okay? And that's on everything. But the reason why I say is because, for one thing, it's fucking dangerous. And I don't care if they happen to hear this video. It's dangerous, okay? Especially, for older people. The only way I can see it not being dangerous if you only work in certain areas in the daytime, not too early, certainly not at night. And just you got to be very selective, and you may not even make that much. Okay, I should know because that's how I was a lot of times. Okay, but I have a backup. A lot of other people don't. So that's why I say I don't know about that Uber where you pick up people at or Lyft. Okay, as a side hustle if you're older. You know what I'm saying? Because those can be dangerous. All these people doing all this crazy stuff. If the world was less dangerous and blase, it would probably be okay. Probably. One day I'll tell you guys about that in detail. Not tonight. Okay. But anyway, if you did do something like that, I would suggest like Uber Eats, DoorDash, maybe Instacart. Okay. Something that you just deliver food. I don't know about the Instacart because I'm not taking nobody's groceries to them and picking it up. But the Uber Eats and DoorDash may be better because you're just taking the food to their house. In at least when I do Uber Eats, I don't know about other people. Most of the time, it's like just put it at the door. I live in a very nice area anyway. I mean, things can happen anywhere, but I do live in a very nice area, city, and it's rarely anything happening out here. Not saying that it can't. That's why, but be prepared. Just leave it at that. But I just honestly feel like, you know, it depends on where you work at. I'm sorry. I just really do believe this. Okay. I honestly believe it depends on where you do Uber Eats at, you know, and I would never tell any woman or older person to do DoorDash or Uber Eats at night, because, a lot of things can happen at nighttime. And, people do like to prey upon women and older people. Let's just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I think it's safer to do like a Uber Eats or a DoorDash type thing as a side hustle during breakfast time, not too early though, and then lunch and maybe early dinner. Once it starts being dark, it's time to let that go. So if you're out doing breakfast or lunch or dinner, you can probably make okay. You know what I'm saying? If it's a side hustle, okay, point blank. If you have to do it as an everyday type job, then you may have to be out like at 10 o'clock in the morning to about 6 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Or just before it get dark, 7. But still do it safe, okay, regardless of what time or what area you do it in. Anyway, I mean, they said platforms like, I never even heard of this, Fiverr and Upwork make it easy to work from home. And companies like Uber, DoorDash, and Instacart make it easy to work outside of the house without having set hours or a boss breathing down your neck. Dedicate your side hustle income for specific expenses that will help you reach your goals to get out of poverty. Another side hustle is YouTube. Okay. Some people who are very successful on YouTube use it as regular income, but they are very successful. Okay. But if you are just a regular YouTuber, you know what I'm saying, and you're monetized, you may be using that as a side hustle. I actually think that's a good idea because you will get paid from YouTube, you will get your super chats, definitely the cash apps, because no kind of, well, cash app do take out a little small fee, but not like the other people do. Okay. And you get sponsors and they send you stuff. Some of them, I don't know if some of them pay people. I heard one YouTuber said that her sponsors pay her. So I don't know for sure if that's true. And then if you are really a successful YouTuber, you get other perks from YouTube. You get awards, you get invited to their little ceremonies for, when they give out awards and stuff like that. One YouTuber, I watched her video where she got invited to, they had some type of award thing for the YouTubers, right? Because she's very successful. In her hotel room, they gave them a hotel room. On the TV, it had their names on it. They gave them robes, all types of shit. And then she got her little award, and it was like a whole weekend. So if you are a very successful YouTuber, there are a lot of perks there. If you just like monetize a small YouTuber, to me, I think it's still a good side hustle. You know what I'm saying? Because you still get your little Snapchats, what do you call that? Not Snapchat. What's that called? Super chats. And then you get your what is that called? Cash apps. And you may have smaller sponsorships, and you get your money, your money that you get every month from YouTube. So if you're getting a lot of views and they're spending some time watching your videos, that could be, a good side hustle. And that's another thing that I'm using. I'm trying to build mine up to get that. It can take as long as it can, as long as it be there before I get old as hell. You know what I'm saying? Let me stop so I can use it as a side income, and then I can be more devoted to YouTube. Because I know a lot of like 65-year-old women that do YouTube, they're monetized, they're doing real good off of YouTube. One lady, she is 60 something, looks good, energetic, everything. Little Poet is her name. She has said on her channel the other day that she just bought herself a house, and it wouldn't even be possible if it wasn't for her YouTube and her viewers. So that's a good thing. And then I know other YouTubers are very, very successful, like FaZe Rug, Mr. Beast, a bunch of people who do like pranks and comical stuff on YouTube. Then everybody know who Country Rain is, Country Wayne, then Trent Shelton, just so many successful YouTubers. Look, Sharon, she's so fabulous, Pretty and Flawed. Pretty and Flawed does shopping hauls like I do. There's a lot of them that's really doing well on YouTube. So that definitely can be a good side hustle. So that's something else you can look into. And then, like I said, if you do Ubers, Uber Eats, or DoorDash, if you do it smart, you do it safe, use your brain, you can do the good with it, okay? Like I can tell you straight up with Uber Eats, I go out. I'm not gonna tell you guys what time I go out. I just go out, okay? And I usually make. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I don't aim high because my ass don't be out like that. I be doing everything else, okay? But I aim from $50 to $100 a day. On the weekend, though, I aim to like 100 to 150. And then here in the state of California, again, we get the P22, and that is that they give you they take your active hours and they pay you for your active hours. So that could be any amount. And the highest I got on that was like 400 and some dollars, along with the money that I made that week for Uber Eats. Okay, so if you're doing $500 a week at Uber Eats and then your active hours are good and you get a check for 400, that's 900 and some dollars. And then some people give you cash tips that you should not go right to the bank and put it in there. Okay, because Uber Eats drivers should not carry cash. Okay, point blank. So if you get cash, take it right to the bank and deposit it. Be watching your surroundings and things like that. Don't keep cash on you. Keep other things, but not cash. You know what I'm saying? And you can take that how you want to take it. But anyway, you have to be smart when you're on them streets, okay? You got to. All right. But yeah, so many things you can do for side hustle. You can also make jewelry. If you're into like jewelry making, you can actually do jewelry making through Ipsy. I forgot the name of that people. I think it's Ipsy or something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, you can look it up online. You can make jewelry, or either you can do it yourself. That way you won't have to pay nobody. It'll take a percentage. You can actually go to the store. It's different stores where you can go and buy kits to make bracelets. Hobby Lobby sell them. You can make 10 or 20. Get a website, put it on a website, put it on your Facebook, make a Facebook page for it, put it on your Facebook page, put it on Instagram, YouTube, wherever. You know what I'm saying? Um, and start advertising what you do. And then start small and just keep on moving up. And just if you have a YouTube channel and you want to do that on the side, you can put this stuff on your channel and show people your bracelets or your earrings or whatever you make, costume jewelry. If you like interior decorating, and if you have a portfolio with all your stuff that you do, you can take pictures of your own home or other people's homes, or that you do like your kids or whatever the case is. If you do their apartments or whatever, you can take pictures of that and then you can start doing that for a side hustle. It's just so many side hustle jobs that you can do, y'all. It's a bunch. So make sure you get a side hustle to make that passive income. Okay. Number 7, y'all. Use your time to educate yourself better and advance your career. Did you know one of the top investments you can make is in yourself? Learning how to stop being poor starts with you. You don't need a lot of money to invest in yourself to better your career either. Sometimes it's just about money. Excuse me, it's just about time. I'm sorry, y'all. Many employers offer free tuition support or educational opportunities to advance your careers. And believe it or not, Uber Eats offer tuition things if you are a diamond driver. So anyway, it's up to you to find the opportunities and take advantage of them. Even if you started at ground zero, everyone has to start somewhere. Just look at Michael Jordan. He was cut from his high school basketball team, and look at all he accomplished. Invest in yourself and set time aside to educate yourself and take your career to the next level. And I definitely believe in education, okay, and staying educated and learning things, and just learning about different things. A lot of people don't even know certain things because they don't read. And that's on everything. You got to keep on learning. When you stop learning, you stop being successful. Point blank. People take advantage of you and all types of stuff. That's why it's good to learn about the law. It's good to learn about medical stuff. It's good to learn. That junk that I was doing on the text yesterday, it's good to know some of that, but some of that, it doesn't even make no sense for you to really have to know some of that. But things like knowing about your body, how things work on your body, knowing about whatever illnesses that you may have, all that type of stuff, learning and knowing about financial management, learning certain things about the law, learning some math, okay, learning how to comprehend certain things, learning how to write correctly. These things are the things that truly matters, okay, point blank. Okay, number 8, spend wisely and cut back where you can. So you can't get out of the poverty cycle if you don't watch your spending. A budget is essential to help you progress, but you also have to watch your spending. If you are an impulse buyer, get an accountability partner, someone you must answer to about your purchases. When you have someone that will ask you questions and expect honest answers, you may think twice before making an impulse buy. This doesn't mean you can't spend. Everyone has to spend money at some time, but knowing where and when is the key to ending poverty. And just say if you don't want someone to tell you this, okay? You can also say if you buy something right on impulse and you don't use that stuff. First of all, if you buy something like that, just keep the price tag on it and everything else. If you don't use what you bought within that week, you can just take it right back to the store. Okay, point blank. Just take it back to the store and return it. Because if you think that you need something so bad, but you don't use it, you didn't really need it. You didn't really need it. And if you also have that budget with you and you write down what you want to spend before you leave home and what you need to buy, and you only take a certain amount of money with you, you can even leave your bank card at home. You can also put a restriction on your bank account saying that you only can use a certain amount of money per day. Otherwise, they'll charge you a fee. Or you can leave your card at home, or you can leave it. I wouldn't say leave it in the car because people do weird stuff now. But if you leave it at home, or you only take just don't use your bank card for purchases or anything, and just take cash, and you give yourself a certain amount of cash, you won't even have the money to make an impulse buy. So if you don't have somebody to sit there and tell you you should buy this or why did you buy this, you can actually do certain things. You can look it up online too. There are certain things you can do for yourself to stop you from buying stuff on the impulse. That's what you can do. Number 9, pay down your debt to get on the path for how to stop being poor. Breaking the cycle of poverty is only possible if you are able to pay your debt down. High interest credit card debt is an opportunity cost for any other use of your money. Figure out a strategy that allows you to pay your debt off as fast as possible. And I'm going to tell you something. A lot of cars that are geared, that are made, or I say made for people who have less than good credit, a lot of them do have high interest rates and stuff on them. And I don't really understand why they do this. But then again, I do, because all they really are concerned about is making as much money as they can off of you. They know that you probably will end up not paying that credit card. Okay. A lot of people still end up messing up their credit even more so with those high interest credit cards. So, like if you're trying to reestablish your credit, um, sometimes you do have to get a little higher interest, but you still need to pay careful attention to that interest rate and stuff, okay, of the cards, and see what they charging over limit and late fees and stuff like that, because those type of charges can really get you messed up and cause you a lot of money, okay? Some good credit cards that I know of is Capital One. Okay, it's pretty decent. Capital One, they got the card, the basic card, of course. What else? Capital One is one of the best ones that I would say. I don't know about these other cards and stuff. I know Capital One is though. Can't remember what the interest rate be, but I think it's okay. I mean, I know it might be a little higher if your credit is not good or whatever the case is, but Capital One does not charge late fees. Okay, so that may be a card you may want to try to get if you can get that one. Okay, and just research different credit cards that's made for people with less than good credit or whatever the case is, or if you're starting out, and just look at that and look at the interest rate and all the other stuff and the late fees, over limit fees, the annual fees, and things like that. Capital One don't have that either, no annual fee. Yeah, that's a good thing. Also, Sunbit Visa is a good card, but they don't offer that card to you unless you have another account with them first. And then once you pay that account, then they may offer you their Visa. It's usually by invitation only. And if you do get that card, though, you definitely need to make sure you pay it on time and just take control. Just do good with it. Okay. So, with your credit cards, even with the cards with the high interest, you can pay an extra $10 a month toward that debt. That's $10 you would knock. That $10. Wait. That's $10. You knock off the principal balance, which means less interest accumulation. Use the debt snowball method to pay your debt down. Okay. Arrange your debts in order of balance, smallest to largest, because you're going to tackle the smallest ones first. It's easier. It's easier to pay off smaller debt than it is largest. Okay. So you make the minimum payment to each debt and the smallest debt first in line. Make any extra payments you can. Do this until you pay the first debt off in full. But you're going to start with the smallest amounts. Like, if you owe a card that only has $300 debt, you pay that off first. Okay, you pay it down. Get it underneath that amount that you're supposed to keep it at. Like, if you got a $300 limit, you should keep it at like $125. It's the only thing you should be. Maybe I think it's $100. $100 or $90 is all you're supposed to charge off of that $300 credit limit. Okay, so pay it on down. You know what I'm saying? And then once you pay all the small ones down, then you start paying more. You start paying. Why are you paying the smallest ones down to put a little more money on those smallest ones to get them down quicker? You still paying your other ones too. Okay. So once you get those smallest debt down all the way underneath the limits and stuff where it's supposed to be, the 10% or whatever the case is, then you can start paying extra on your other credit cards. They have the higher limits, higher balances, and then you can just concentrate on those and getting those down. And they just said the same thing. Okay. And they once you pay down the first debt, the smallest debt, then you take the next debt and you pay the money you save from not paying extra on the other card. You pay it on the other card to get that down even quicker, and you just keep on doing that. I think that's what they call the snowball effect or whatever. You can look that up anyway on Google to figure out, to get more detail on that. But I think that's what they're talking about when they say that. So when you pay that one credit card down, right, because it's low, $300 limit, right, it has a balance on it. Let's just say the balance is $250. You pay that on down to $90, right? Then the money that you pay extra on that card every time, you take that money plus the extra you was going to pay on it and pay the extra plus the regular minimum payment amount. So, for example, if you was paying $10 extra on the first card along with your monthly amount, so your monthly amount is $20, so you're paying $30. So when that card gets when it gets to $90, right, the balance is only $90, then you take the next card and you're going to put that extra $20 plus the payment that you usually pay on the next card on there. So if that payment card is $40, you're going to take $40 plus the 20 and pay that card down and keep on doing that. And then you're going to do the next card the same way. But mind you, all while you're doing this, you're still paying your regular amounts on your other cards to get those down. But the smallest balances are going to be down quicker because they're smallest. They're smaller, okay? Number 10, y'all, invest and save as much as you are able to, okay? So you include your budget, including your budget, room for savings. They said you should save about 20% of your budget and budget for saving and debt payoff. But as you're trying to break the cycle of poverty, this may not be possible, especially if you don't make that much money. I don't know why they be coming up with all this weird stuff. So you have to work your way up, putting more money aside each month for savings as you can. In a perfect world, you would have 3 to 6 months of cash set aside for emergencies so you can prevent this from happening to you again. But in a not so perfect world, like I just told you before, you needed to start trying to save at least that first month of rent, point blank. Okay. And then once you get there, you can start saving more. Okay. And aside, along with that, saving that first month of rent, I still say you should have like a emergency fund set aside. I don't care if you can only put $5 a week in it or $10 a week. Once you cut back on all that fast food shit and cigarettes and all that damn weed you buy and all the alcohol and all this other bull crap, you can have some money left over to set aside for your emergency account and for what is that other shit is called? Let me see. Emergency account. It's another one. Petty cash. Gosh, it took me so long to think of that. You can set aside petty cash. Okay? Petty cash. Petty cash can be used for whatever. You know, if you need an extra $50 for a bill, there you go, petty cash. If you need $100, there you go, petty cash. You can put all your change every day into your penny bank, right? And once they get filled up, you go cash it out at Walmart or the bank if you put it in coin things. Um, and then you put that into your petty cash at home, depending on how much you got saved. And you'll be amazed. I saved up $300 in coins, and my soon-to-be ex saved up 500 in coins. All right. So start off low, like I said before. Try to get your 1 month of rent or mortgage payment. Try to set aside some petty cash in emergency fund. Okay, I don't care if you can only put $10 in it. You can put dollars in there. It's just whatever you can. All right, point blank. Those dollars will add up. If you put $1 per day in there, that's $7 per week. Okay, 7 times 4 is $28 a month. All right. If you put 5 in there, at the end of the week, you got $35. 10, $70. So that's the way you do it, y'all. Okay, so use these steps, y'all, along with some more steps to help you learn how to stop being poor and to get out of poverty. Stop thinking poverty too, and stop thinking like poor people. That's another thing. They didn't put that in here. I think they might have, but I'm not sure. You got to stop thinking like poor people, okay? Because I honestly believe when you think about being poor and struggling, you end up doing it. I refuse to think about struggling and being poor, okay? And you just shouldn't be thinking about that. You should be thinking about living good, not struggling, because you're not going to struggle because you know why? You're going to do a good budget. You're not going to spend the same amount that you bring in. You're going to be way under. You're going to decrease your cable down. You're going to decrease your cell phone stuff down. You're going to decrease your electric bill, your heating bill. You're going to eat at home more. You're going to eat healthier, so you won't have to go to the doctor as much and things like that. You're going to exercise again, to decrease getting sick and things like that. You're going to save. You're going to have that little petty cash going on, the little emergency fund. You're going to try to get your rent or your mortgage payment saved up for 1 month at least to start out with. And you're going to stop buying stuff just to buy it. And you're going to stop worrying about what your neighbor down the street drive and what your friend drive and the jewelry they have and the clothes they got on and things like that. Okay? Like this article says, learning how to get out of poverty isn't as hard as it seems. What it takes is dedication, patience, and a lot of grace. You will make mistakes, but that's okay. Pick up the pieces and move on. Don't dwell on it. If you take it slow, move forward as much as possible. Even though the few backward steps you are bound to make, you will find your way out of this vicious cycle of poverty once and for all. Start taking control of your finances and learn how to transform your mindset. I just said this, huh? Create your goals in the best budget for you with our, I'm about to read this. Do the best budget for you. Okay, point blank. Okay. And you can also get financial support and motivation by following Clever Girl Finance on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Clever Girl Finance. Okay. And one more thing I want to add is get those insurance policies, short term disability or either long term disability. It depends on what you can afford. Also, make sure you have a life insurance policy, especially when you're poor. A lot of people don't realize this. When you are poor, you definitely need it because you want to make sure you can be buried. You won't put no stress on your family members. And then, if you can afford it, you get a decent policy where they can have a little bit left over so they can function financially. That's the way you want to do it. Okay. And term life insurance could be one of the best ones for you if you cannot afford a whole life insurance policy. Term life insurance policies usually are smaller monthly payments, okay? They are more affordable. Now, you can't get any cash back on term policies. Those are the whole life insurance policies. Okay. But if you can't afford a whole life policy, you shouldn't be getting it. Just start off with the term one and get it on your kids. Okay. No matter how old they are, because you never know, and get one for yourself. Okay. I think the average funeral is what? I don't know, 20, 25,000. I'm not sure. You can look that up to see. You know what I'm saying? They usually say you should get a policy based on the amount of policy based on how much you make. But when you are not rich, sometimes it's hard to get a policy for $200,000 or $150,000 because you might can't afford the payment every month, and then you don't want it to lapse. So therefore, you may have to start off with a smaller policy, 75,000, 100,000, or something like that, 50,000. You know, if you can't afford anything, like if you can't afford 75 or 100,000, but get those assurances. Get renters insurance if you are renting a place, because if something happens, you want to be covered. You know, those policies are very cheap. If you live on the West Coast, you should have earthquake insurance because, again, those policies are pretty much cheap. You know what I'm saying? Of course, if you own a home, it's most of the time, it's included in your mortgage payment. Okay, homeowners insurance is usually a requirement. Car insurance, if you have a brand new car, is a requirement. But if you don't have a brand new car, you should still have uninsured motorist protection as well as liability. Okay, you could get full coverage, but if you have an old car, they're not going to give you the value. They're not going to really give you that much money if something happened to your car. So it just depends on how old your car is and things like that. That determines what type of policy you want. And then also get roadside assistance protection, just in case you break down, you run out of gas. You shouldn't be running out of gas because if you do a budget, you include gas price in it, how much gas you spend per week. That should be included in your budget, okay? So you should never run out of gas. And one trick for that, y'all, is to keep your tank half full. Don't let it get under half of a tank. That way, when you fill it back up, it don't cost as much, all right? I keep my tank half full all the time. Once it gets to half, I fill it back up. That usually lasts me doing Uber Eats 2 days tops. If I want to go all the way empty, it lasts 4 days. So usually I fill my car up at half of a tank. And if you do that, you will come out cheaper. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with buying groceries. I go grocery shopping every week. A lot of people do it once a month. Some do it every 2 weeks. It just depends on how you want to do it. Okay, but I still keep the same budget. It doesn't matter. You know, whatever my budget is, I'll still spend that amount. I'll break it down for 4 weeks. That's what I'm saying. All right. So guys, I hope you guys learned something new tonight, or just it brought back memories and what you should do. Okay, to get out of poverty. It's all in that mindset though, in your dedication and determination and what goals you have in life. You only can break the poverty cycle if you think differently and you do actions, okay? And also don't accept anything, okay? And be strong. That's the only way you can break the poverty mindset. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in to this live tonight. I really do appreciate you guys. I want to thank Adams for stopping by. Thank you for your support. I want to thank Redhead by Nature for stopping by. Thank you for your support. Thank you, Ryan, for stopping by, showing your support like always. Bill Adams, thank you for stopping by, showing support. Ben, thank you for coming by, showing support. Who else? Let's see. And thank you to everybody who came in and out, people in the bushes. Thank you for your support. And thank you to everybody who watches this in the replay. Again, my condolences to Jerry Springer family and fans and friends. I'm so sad about him passing on, but he was blessed. He lived to be 79 years old, y'all. That's a blessing. He did what he liked doing. So that's a blessing. Okay. But anyway, guys, don't forget to thumbs up this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Also, share this video. You can leave a comment if you watch this in the replay and hit that bell notification so you can be notified of any upcoming videos. And just to let y'all know, I'm eating spaghetti tonight, y'all, but this is not the white pasta. Let me show y'all what it looked like before I get ready to go. I always show y'all my food. Let me make sure it look good before I show y'all. Shit. Let me see if I can show it in this damn camera. I don't know if I can, but we can see. Here we go. Can y'all see it? So what? Yeah, y'all can see it. So yeah, I'm finna eat that real quick. And then I'm going to go in here and do my son's school work and things like that so he can be ready for tomorrow and do some stuff like that. I need to finish washing and stuff and get ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow night, y'all, I'll come on at 7:30 Pacific Standard Time. It's going to be Thank God It's Friday or Thank Goodness It's Friday, wrap up the week, and we can just do random talk or whatever. All right. So y'all come by tomorrow night so we can do this. All right. Other than that, y'all, I think that's about it. Oh, one more thing. Y'all, that game yesterday was a trip. My daughters was joking me. They still joking me because I failed that damn test. In that damn one answer, y'all, I put up there talking about the sun, Earth is closest to the damn sun. What the heck was wrong with me last night? My daughter was like, the cat could answer the questions better than I did. Who in the heck would say the earth is closest to the sun? If it was closest to the sun, we would be burnt up. That's exactly what she said. And then I thought about the other question. Triangle. The angle is 90 degrees. Why come I did not know this last night? I'm like, I be in the twilight zone, y'all. And then the war, I should have known that question. I was just giving my son the work for that. Okay. But let me let y'all know something. I don't necessarily teach him anyway. What I do is get his work together, and teachers online teach us him. All right. And then even when I do teach him, I'm reading from a book. Just like when I be online, I read stuff from a book and put it in my words or whatever the case is. Okay. And some things that I do know, I'm going to add it to there. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with teaching. But last night, I'm going to have to do that again because that was ridiculous. It was a 43%. Okay. And I've been to college and everything. That's crazy. Huh? So I'm going to do that again. Hopefully get a better score because that was horrible. That was a mess last night. Y'all need to go check that video out last night so y'all can laugh. Some of the dumbest ass question. And then the first question, I said what did I say? A woodpecker? What the hell? Who picks that out? That is not the fastest animal that walks on his legs. It's the ostrich, y'all. And that was just sitting right there. Wait a minute. The building thing, the Rome buildings or whatever the case is. I said that is layered. You can look at the damn picture and say and look at it, and it looks like a grid. I was like, man, and that's another thing too. The timer played a lot of role in it too. It played a role in it too because it shouldn't even be a 10-second timer. I think it should be 60 seconds to give you time to think. You know what I'm saying? So when I do it again, we're gonna do it differently, and I'm gonna have an actual timer, and we can sit down and think about these damn answers before I answer them. And hopefully you guys will come and play it too. because I know y'all are smarter than a fifth grader. All right. But anyway, guys, let me let y'all go ahead and go. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow night at 7:30. You guys have a good night. Also have a good day tomorrow. And yeah, Jerry Springer was the man. Yeah, I used to watch him too all the time when I get out of school and stuff, because he was on for a long time in college and every damn thing else from work when I was a stay-at-home mom, everything. Jerry. Okay. My condolences. And may Jerry rest in peace. Good night, y'all. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.